Stagnation is death for a town, and the Duttons are the ones killing it.
Today in this video, we will talk about one unique TV show named Yellowstone and the most hilarious moments and bloopers during all its seasons. But before we start talking about these iconic moments, make sure to smash the like button, subscribe to this channel, and hit the bell button for more notifications. 1. A bloody man and his horse. One of the most hilarious moments of Yellowstone was in the first season during the opening scene. One man is close to his horse. Seems like he is a friend of the animal, but after some seconds, the cowboy shoots the head of the horse. Shh, yeah, easy. Oh, it's not fair, this life. I know you deserve better. Cocks trigger. The best I can offer you is peace. At this moment, Bloody John shoots his animal. 2. We are introduced to one of the best female characters. One of the most comic moments in Yellowstone was when we are introduced to Beth, played by the wonderful actress Reilly. She enters a boardroom in Salt Lake City, Utah, and quickly eviscerates a targeted acquisition for her company. She outlines exactly how the opposing owner's life will be ruined by her within a day of him rejecting her offer, and she successfully makes him cave. Do you remember about the standoff in Season 1? Episode 1, entitled Daybreak, ends with a fast and furious shootout between the Duttons ranch hands, reservation police, and the citizens. This dispute, which centers around cattle who wander onto the reservation, ends with a surprise death of a Dunn family. And after all of this situation viciously, there is the death of assailant. 3. The Stump Explosion. One of the funniest moments of this incredible Western TV show was the Stump Explosion. The beginning of this situation is when Monica Dutton, played by the wonderful actress Kelsey Aspiel, attempts to do some yard work in episode 2, entitled Kill the Messenger. His small tractor rams into a stump, flipping it onto its side. The cowboy becomes very furious after rigging it with explosive liquid. He fires his handgun, and the stump is effectively destroyed. His son is delighted, but his wife, Monica Dutton, is taken by surprise, as she was showering at the time. And to top that off, the family finds a fossil hidden under the stump's former location, adding for the context another intriguing layer to the Montana setting. 3. We couldn't forget about Beth's thorough bath. Surely this was the most comical moment during all the seasons of Yellowstone. Episode 2 didn't only provide shooting moments, but also provides a provocative scene centered around Beth without warning. Beth marches outside with 2 bottles of champagne, drops her bathrobe, and takes a dip in water directly in front of the family's ranch hands. Rip Wheeler, Cole Hauser, attempts to get her to cover up, but she finally marches back indoors completely nude. What a great scene for the masculine fans of Yellowstone. 4. The meth lab explosion. If you think your life is full of problems and bad situations, you need to meet Casey. Trouble seems to follow her wherever she goes. As she and Monica are driving down a dirt road, they pass a trailer that subsequently explodes. Casey investigates the explosion, which was caused by a meth lab, and she finds a man alive with severe burns in his body. The man asked to be killed due to the overwhelming pain. After discovering an ambulance was 45 minutes away, Casey grants the man's wish and shoots him in the head. What a violent woman. 5. The notorious fight with Jimmy. During episode 4, titled The Long Black Train, includes some big plot moments, but a smaller violent scene is the standout scene. Jimmy Herdstrom becomes fed up with a bully from a ranch hand and starts to fight him. The ranch hand quickly knocks Jimmy, who is a branded member of the ranch hands, to the ground. Jimmy repeatedly gets up and gets down again until Rip steps in. John's right-hand man wrestles the bully to the ground and beats him down and fires him for attacking a member of the branded brotherhood. 6. James saves the day. Episode 5, titled Coming Home, sees Casey's custody due to his connection to the murder of 2 men. Casey was identified by the gun barrel he swapped with a policeman, Ben Waters, during the previously mentioned meth lab scene. However, James swoops in to rescue and absolutely destroys the police's case against Case after hearing about the barrel swap quote. Is that true, Ben? Did you trade the barrel of your government-issued service pistol to a private citizen? James asks, is there any record of this trade? Are there any witnesses to the shooting in question? Is there any evidence that ties my brother to the scene other than a ballistics match to your weapon? The reservation officials have no choice but to give in to the legal pressure. 7. Jamie learned he is adopted. We can never forget when Jamie learned he is adopted. What a comic scene. At the moment, there was a mention of Jamie needing his birth certificate. we were left guessing. What would happen next on Yellowstone? Jamie learned he is adopted. It's an all-elusive piece in the familial puzzle that configures his identity at first. A shock Jamie denied it before the evidence became too overwhelming not to accept. Towards the end of the episode, Jamie confronted about it, and his father revealed everything about the situation. The biological father beats Jamie's biological mother to death when Jamie was only 3 months old. His biological father went to prison for second-degree murder, and the Duttons adopted Jamie. John insisted he loves Jamie, yet offered little in way of compassion for his son. Jamie was left to stew on the personal revelations by himself, while John lamented being too tired to want to continue living if John thought he made huge strides forward as a father since Yellowstone began. He took many steps backward in his treatment of Jamie. In our opinion, we know he's still upset about what Jamie did to Beth. However, we think that had little to do with his response. Despite what he said, John has never really loved Jamie. 8. When Beth and Rip got engaged. It finally happened. Beth got her father's approval to marry Rip and took it upon herself to propose him. This comes not too long after she pulled away from the notion of a marriage to Rip. In a previous Yellowstone episode, we can see her father learning the truth about what Jamie did to her, even though Rip is still in the dark about it heading into a marriage. It's a pretty big thing to leave out. Rip told Beth that he could not go down to the courthouse because every record of his existence has been destroyed. Beth did not get deterred though, sharing that an emotional commitment in front of her family was all she needed. Monica, for the matron of honor, as thrown as we are that Beth and Rip are getting married, we have two serious concerns. The first is that Beth keeping the truth about Jamie and why she cannot have kids from Rip could lead to him breaking up with her. Remember, Rip is entirely unaware of the situation. Beth got emotional during that memorable breakfast for a reason. We think she may be scared to tell Rip everything and risk losing him. In related news, our second concern is about Rip. When Beth essentially said Rip needed to outlive her so she would never know life without him. We got a sinking feeling. What if it's not Jamie that Yellowstone fans need to be worried about dying? What if it's Rip? 9. Casey's blood confrontation. Casey was getting forced into yet another corner. Casey's investigation into the theft of cattle from the Dutton Ranch led to a bloody confrontation with the cow thieves. Casey's heart got ripped out, figuratively speaking, when he saw the possible daughter of one of the men she killed crying over his body. Casey looked devastated, and despite the circumstances, will probably blame himself. It's the second time Casey has seen a kid saddened by the crossfire of their father's choices in Season 3. On that note, we wonder what this will mean for him going forward on Yellowstone. Casey is a trained soldier who knows all about combat. He probably never expected to return home and confront it on such a frequent basis. In the first season situation like tonight, had taken a toll on Casey's marriage to Monica. Hopefully, that's behind them and Monica supports him in knowing he did what he had to do she has done, so in the past on Yellowstone. 10. When John hinted at an ominous theft. Finally on our list, when John hinted at an ominous theft. John's children were not the only thing he had to deal with. He went to a nearby restaurant for some sustenance and was soon greeted by Wade. Fisticuffs erupted, and John quickly putting down Wade's son, and threats followed. It turns out Wade is the one who stole what one cowboy should. What's your favorite part of this video? Let me know in the comments down below. Also, before leaving, don't forget to like, subscribe to the channel, and hit the bell button for more notifications about our future content. Let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Have a nice day, and I'll see you in the next video.